Okay, so today we have NOFX and Linoleum. So I've heard a few NOFX songs, of course, as somebody who likes punk, but I've never listened to Linoleum, which is one of, I guess, their greatest hits, is what I've been told. And yeah, the band's been requested a few times. Also, I just want to say that I'm a little sick. So yeah, well, but the show must go on. So let's get into this now, talk about it after, and let's go.
Possessions never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy. Well, that's not true. I've got a bed and a guitar and a dog named Bob who pisses on my floor. That's right, I got a flaw. So what? So what? So what? I've got pockets full of Kleenex and linen holes where everything important to me just seems to fall right down my leg and onto the floor. My closest friend, Linoleum, Linoleum supports my head. Give me something to believe. That's me on the beach side, combing the sand, metal meter in my hand, sporting a pocket full of change. That's me in the street with the violin under my chin, laying with a grin, singing gibberish. That's me on the back of the bus. That's me in the cell. That's me inside your head. That's me inside your head. That's me inside your head.
My God, NOFX and Linoleum. You wait to record until 1 a.m. and there's still dogs barking outside. I don't know what to do. Anyway, so yeah, that was obviously very fast, ferocious. I mean, I've listened to a lot of Fat Mike interviews. I've heard him talk about how he plays bass and everything, and I always love his philosophy. I think it was on. Good Lord, I don't know. I'm gonna continue on now. Hopefully, you don't hear the dog. Anyway, I think it was on freaking Loudwire, and he was talking about how a bassist's job is basically just to be behind the guitarist and the vocalist. Be support them, and so I just love that his way of doing it, and also he sounds like he says he sounds like he's being so forceful and so aggressive, but he does play light, and I mean it's just like, but he plays fast. So I just love a style of obviously playing bass, and obviously I always just find it cool when a bassist is also the lead singer of a band. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess it doesn't happen all the time. But yeah, I just love when the bassist is also the lead singer. But here, Linoleum. I was thinking about Linoleum. I was just like, what the heck is linoleum? Isn't that like a floor? Something like that. And obviously, throughout the song, yeah, I guess he's talking about a floor. I am on Genius for the lyrics, of course. There is no about, like there usually is, which is surprising. But anyway, there are some annotations for the verses and such in the chorus. So, with the first verse, possessions never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy. Well, that's not true. So obviously, right off the bat, he goes against what he just said. I've got a band and a guitar and a dog named Bob who pisses on my floor. And I mean, just the way he said it just kind of made me chuckle. And also, that's right. I've got a floor. So what? So what? So what? I mean, when you're talking about, I guess with punk, a lot of, punks, at least this came out in 1994. So it's still, many years ago now, almost 30 years ago now. Good Lord. Anyway, but when you talk about punks, it's just like, like he said at the start, nothing possessions don't mean anything. And then he's like, well, that's not true. I do have this, and I do have a floor, which I guess you could call a possession. So I just like how he's just, he's already calling out, people who are giving me like, floor is a possession, whatever. Then he goes on. That's right, I've got a floor. Okay, yeah, I already said that. I've got pockets full of Kleenex and lint in holes. where everything important to me just seems to fall right down my leg and onto the floor. My closest friend, Linoleum. So again, talking about, you know, the floor and how important it is to him. There's an annotation here for this this part that I just read there. So it says, being a punk means keeping everything you need right in your pockets. Since you don't have much cash, your parents are old and tattered with holes in the pockets. Everything the protagonist places into his pockets ends up on the friendly linoleum, i.e. it is there to catch what the things that are important. So again, he's just talking about, I mean, I love, you know, the message behind the song, you know, talking about a floor, talking about, you know, when he goes on here, you know, in the chorus, you know, linoleum supports my head, gives me something to believe. My goodness, again, I'm sorry for being sick. My throat's not doing the best. Anyway, and then we go into the second verse. Again, this song is just very, like I said, very fast and ferocious. Only 2 minutes in 10 seconds. It's just, and I didn't even mention off the top, but, you know, the guitar, the lead guitar, I should look at the freaking personnel here as well, because obviously I know Fat Mike, you know, I've heard about him way before, you know, I even really knew about NOFX or listened to them. I saw his interviews and such. But anyway, so it's El Jefe on guitar and Eric Melvin also on guitar. Hold the phone. But El Jefe on lead guitar. So I'm pretty sure, you know, he's the one doing everything, the, you know, the soaring guitar right at the start. And I mean, I forgot to say at the end of the video, or at the end of the song as well, that guitar, he just didn't want to quit. You know, it's just like, you know, I thought it was going to be over, and then they continued for like 5 more seconds or whatever. But yeah, it was just, you know, such a freaking, you know, I was going to say roller coaster, but such a, you know, what the frig's the word? You know, ferocious, I already said, but it's so like heavy. It's so, you know, again, with the guitar soaring and just how it, you know, started. And I like how it started with, I guess, maybe Fat Mike, I guess, you know, singing almost like opera or something. He was saying something. Somebody was saying something at the start, which was a little odd. And then the guitar comes in, it's like, Jesus. But yeah, I really enjoy the guitar work, obviously. And I mean, that's one thing with NOFX. I mean, whether it's bass or rhythm guitar or lead guitar, whatever, it's just like, you know, they're very good at that. Well, maybe, you know, some people might think they're not very good, but you know, for punks or whatever, you know, maybe some people think punk rock isn't, you know, about efficiency or whatever, obviously, but it's just, you know, it's so damning. That's the one word that really comes to mind. It's just like, you know, how it starts off is just like, especially, you know, skate punk, you know, this was the big era of skate punk. You know, as somebody who never even skateboarded, it's just like, you know, you get nostalgic or something. You know, I played the Tony Hawk games and all that stuff, but it's just like, I don't know, it makes you think of happy memories, at least for me. Even though he's talking about, you know, kind of being homeless, I guess you would say. I guess I didn't really even finish the second verse, but when he says, that's me on the beach side, combing the sand, metal meter in my hand, sporting a pocket full of change. That's me in the street with a violin under my chin, playing with a grin, singing gibberish. So he's, you know, kind of enjoying himself. That's me on the back of the bus. That's me in the cell. That's me inside your head. And then he repeats that 2 more times. And yeah, I mean, Fat Mike, obviously, his vocals are like, you know, I would describe them as kind of like wild. I mean, he has obviously, you know, that punk swagger to his vocals, if that makes sense. But he has that kind of, you know, I don't care what you think kind of voice. But also he is clear. You can hear what he's saying, which I like. And so, yeah, I just really enjoy it. And, you know, this whole thing, you know, it's a story, basically. And I just really enjoy, you know, punks, basically, you know, punks being, I guess, kind of, obviously when punk started in the 70s, you know, you had the Ramones and the Sex Pistols and the Clash and all that. Good Lord. And, you know, the Damned were there as well, of course. And, you know, obviously people were just like, who the hell are these guys? You know, what are they doing? All this stuff. And punks were kind of, you know, looked down upon. So, you know, I just love this story of the song. And Mike's take on, I guess, you know, being a punk and talking about linoleum floors and all that stuff. So I just really enjoy the song. I mean, good Lord. And I can see why, you know, of course, it's like, obviously probably relatable to many people, many of the fans, you know, many punks and all that stuff. So yeah, freaking good song. So anyway, I guess that's all I gotta say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Really appreciate all of the support. And yeah, like I said, I've listened to NOFX before. You know, my favorite song, I'd have to say, just to, you know, this video is not too long, but I just want to say, like, I really love the song You're Wrong, which I found through another YouTuber who I can't remember anymore. But yeah, I remember You're Wrong. Of course, you know, Sticking in My Eye. Don't Call Me White, which I think was on this album as well. And this track here opened the album. So, I mean, it's just right off the bat, it's just, we're rolling. So, yeah, just really enjoyed the song. So, anyway, I guess that's all I got to say now. Thanks for watching again. I'll talk to you guys again soon. And hopefully I'm not as sick.